Welcome back, everybody. We are going to be discussing today, is Bitcoin flipping? Is this a point where we should be exiting, taking lots of profits? Is this the end of the world, or should we keep running up and buying and holding? Today, we're going to discuss my take on it, look at some deep charting analysis, and really where things are going based on past market analysis. So if you enjoy this type of video, make sure you click the subscribe button and let's jump into it. With that being said, we're going to switch over to the screen in the chart here. All right, so hopping over to our chart, we can see here, obviously Bitcoin, if we go to the daily chart, we can see that it is having quite a bit of a correction here. I mean, up from 108,000 down, correcting, having some slight uptrend on the day. But if we look at the week here, definitely some pain, a little bit of scarcity, a lot of retail investors jumping out, not just mainly tax loss harvesting, but looking at, hey, what do we do in these types of situations? So we're going to dive into that. So first things first, when you are in this type of market, just make sure to remember that there are both retail investors and there are bigger institutional investors jumping in the game. Obviously, the US potentially having a Federal Reserve of the Bitcoin, obviously that stabilizing it a lot more. We've looked at videos of the price of Bitcoin becoming more stable as more of those institutional investors dump billions and billions of dollars into the coin instead of just daily traders coming in, which is obviously what we're doing here, having great entries and taking profits at the right time. That's really what it's all about. So is the bull market over for Bitcoin? My answer to this is I don't think so. If we look at the chart here, in the past 5 years, I'm going to explain to you exactly why I think that, by the way, so then you're not just kind of dragged along. But so if we look at this here and we pop over to the 5 year, we will see that there has been 3 halvings of the coin. So one of the halvings was in 2016. So it was around this point here. So we're going to zoom in. As you can see, when the halving happened, there's a little bit of a correction. So halving happened somewhere in here. I forget the exact date of it, but after that, it went up a little bit, halving, and then it came back down, kind of consolidated for quite a while until it started the uptick again about a year later. So that's an important metric to look at. Now, let's look at the second halving, which was in 2020 in May. Let's look at that. So we pop over to 2020 in May. As you can see, same thing. So there was a bit of a run up, consolidation before the halving. The halving was approximately right here. And then we had some lower movement. So more of the consolidating around the $8,000 to $9,000 range. As you can see, it went up as high as 11,300, and then lowest was around 4,500. So it was in that range. Lots of support lines, but there was still that consistent pressure downwards and really testing those support lines before obviously a massive run up. This is when there was a lot of hype around the Bitcoin and where it's going in the future. And then let's pop over to 2024. So 2024, we'll hop over here. Same exact thing, guys. So if we look at trends from past, dollar cost average in that time, and then seeing a massive run up before some more consolidation around the $45,000, $50,000 range, and then returning back to a support level of 22,000 before running up again to around 64,000. But what happened right before there was the halving. So we saw the halving around this point at the $70,000 mark, or no, we saw halving around the $100,000 mark. And then from there, kind of a bit of a retracing effect. Or we saw the halving around here, and then we saw a bit of a retracing effect. So similar ideas here. And as you can see, as you dollar cost average, I mean, if we look back in 2016, it's like $1,000. So you can see that as you're dollar cost averaging through that time, you're still able to get the highs and lows, but it's going up over time. And this is what we've seen on Fox Business, them explaining, hey, when you dollar cost average in times like this, for these coins, you're going to make a killing in the market. And that's exactly what we do here. In the private Discord that we are launching is a community of like-minded people that are able to be in the profit situations and when to obviously take profit, which is a massive thing. Unrealized profit in these areas probably suck to ride the wave down. So taking profits when you have to. And these market positions are expected. They are expected. There's always going to be corrections in the market. This is when more of the retail panic is happening as more of the bigger market players dump in billions of dollars as we're seeing the administration change. Obviously, we're going to see what Trump does with Bitcoin, if there will be a reserve, and how that will affect the price. But we have seen the UAE dumping billions of dollars into the altcoins and Bitcoins. And so you're able to capitalize on that growth and stability more long term. So don't get fooled, guys. This is a very classic tale. We've seen this time and time again. Don't be fooled by the market conditions, especially as a retail investor. When you're in these times, I know it can be more of a panic. We'll hop over to the 1 month chart. There's a lot of volatility in here, lots of volatility. Around the 90,000 range, dipping all the way down to 92, now coming up a little bit, but expecting kind of a sideways motion. And we've seen this time and time again. So as you dollar cost average in these types of markets, you're able to take a bit of profit, but also prepare for the next bull run. We've kind of seen some price predictions. Obviously, myself, I think 2025 is going to be absolutely fantastic for Bitcoin, around $200,000 to $250,000 range, potentially by the end of the year, hopefully that 200K range. And so every dollar you put in, you'd see a 2x return on your investment, which is fantastic. That's amazing. We're at an early adoption stage still with the coin before all these massive industrial forces dump billions and billions and billions of dollars into it, like we've already seen. But over the next 3-4 years, especially as the market leads that way, there's going to be other countries that follow suit, other big divisions and companies. So with that being said, if you enjoy Bitcoin, let me know in the comments down below. If you're invested in it, let me know what you entered at, what your average cost is right now. But guys, hang on to it. We're in a good spot. If we look back at 2016 till now, great spot. This is a time to get into it. The best time to buy was yesterday. And so if you didn't buy yesterday, then buy today and hang on to it, especially through the ups and downs. You're still able to see lots of different profit. But with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure to click the like button. I try to come up with videos every day and we are absolutely crushing it here. So make sure that you join the community. If you like this content, we have more on the way and we'll see you next time. Peace.